All right, straight into it. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
All right, so we're at this collaborative pain summit. Why do you show up to meetings like this?
I think the value in being able to come to something like this is the ability to integrate all the treatment options that we currently have, learn from each other's successes, learn from each other's challenges, and how do you integrate that into your own practice and be able to take those centers of excellence and spread that around the country, right? We as interventional pain docs, this is a new face. This is a new version of interventional pain that we had 10, 20 years ago. And so really being able to understand the power of these therapies, who's the right patient, and what those good outcomes should look like, I think that's how we help with each other, help the space, help the specialty, and then ultimately help the patients.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You've always been that way, though. You've always been willing to share those best practices with your other physicians and
Yeah.
like that. But one thing I actually want to give you a lot of like thanks on is your willingness to help our reps improve their, enrich their skill set in the process with like some of these doctors that are just like recently adopting these therapies.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's a sweet spot for you.
You guys are supporting the case, right? If there's a challenge in there, and you have someone that may be a new, let's say you have a physician that's a new user, how are your reps going to get out of that challenge? Again, and what are those best practices on being able to A, deliver the implant, and then two, how'd you pick that patient in the first place? Because I think when we come out of training, a lot of this that we're doing here now is, post-grad education.
Okay.
And so we haven't had a lot of time to sit there and develop what those inclusion criteria are. So we're kind of doing it on our own and with each other here, right? For example, you see a laparoscopic surgeon, right? And he's just got those two tiny tools and he can do a cholecystectomy real quick.
Sure.
But that was all that training, right? All that residency, all that fellowship. And then you come out here into the real world and they're like, here's mild, here's DRG, here's this. You should be the best at it and you've had no exposure to it, right? So I think if those who support the case have seen those challenges, then we can get that messaging out to all the other physicians.
That's well said, and that's good leadership, I think. Let's kind of round out this interview. That is why we're here.
That is why we're here.
Yeah. And so we thank you. I know the sales force definitely thanks you.
Goes both ways, yeah.
You're giving up a weekend to do this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the patients in the general population wouldn't necessarily understand that level of commitment.
Yeah, it's how you continue to grow, right? You can't just stay stagnant. I've got it. Well, you do, but there's more stuff out here. Tomorrow there's going to be more thought processes and maybe new technology. And so I think we need to be able to come together as, maybe not every weekend, but stay on it, stay on your continuing education to bring these therapies to your patients. So yeah.
Continued education.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.